In response to the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the New York State Department of Financial Services sent a notification to all individuals and entities regulated under the DFS. They're reiterating that all entities are required to fully comply with cybersecurity regulation 23 NYCRR 500. That is New York State Department of Financial Services general cybersecurity regulation. It's pretty standard. There's nothing shocking in there if you're familiar with any other cyber regulation or cybersecurity framework. There's really just best practices to maintain a secure business. So all organizations should really follow those fundamental practices, and truthfully, most cyber regulations across all industries are identical at the core. So let's break down that notification a little bit and make clear sense of everything that they're saying. The notification starts, the Russian invasion of Ukraine significantly elevates the cyber risk for the US financial sector. That's just, the key word there is significant, right? Because there's cyber warfare going on all the time across all industries and sectors, right? Not just the financial industry. Government-sponsored attacks are secretly happening all the time. It's just part of the world that we live in. So the fact that you know the cyber posture of your company now, you say, okay, every now and then we get a phishing email, or every now and then, oh, somebody gets tricked into something. Maybe it's not so bad. But the fact that New York State and the federal government are saying they expect to see significant increases targeting this particular sector is important. So, think about it this way. If the Russian hacking teams had their workload broken up, they're going to focus 25% on financial services, 25% on healthcare, 25% on government, 25% on energy companies. They're just working all the industries that they want to attack. Now, they're saying, let's take 75% of our team and focus it on the financial sector for a little while. That's pretty significant. So New York State is saying, if you haven't been taking the regulations as seriously as you should, you'd better start right now. The next statement. Russia's ongoing cyber attacks against Ukraine could spill over and damage networks outside of Ukraine, as has happened in the past. This is not speculation. There's clear, definitive evidence of this having happened in recent history. In 2017, Russian-sponsored cyber criminals attacked a Ukrainian accounting firm, which wound up cascading outside of their network onto other corporate networks around the planet, causing an estimated $10 billion in global damage. There's clear, recent precedents to expect similar efforts from Russian-sponsored hacking in the immediate future. There have already been multiple direct attacks on Ukrainian organizations using destructive malware, essentially trying to prevent their computers from booting anymore or wiping all the data off their drives. And this is expected to continue. Why? Minimal effort, maximum impact. The final statement, escalating tension between the US and Russia also increases the risk that Russian threat actors will directly attack US critical infrastructure in retaliation for sanctions or other steps taken by the US government. Now, banks and brokerages could be subject to direct retaliation. Makes a lot of sense. You mess with our money, they'll mess with yours. If you're in the financial services space, you don't want to lose the faith of a customer by being victim of a cyber attack. You might never recover from that, and nobody's going to want to put their money in an institution that's all over the news for having been a victim of cybercrime related to Russia in any way, shape, or form, but let alone in the middle of an invasion of a neighboring country. That could do damage to your organization from which you might not be able to recover. They're also generally putting critical services on high alert here. Energy, transportation, water, small government, municipality. They all need to step up their game and secure the organizations quickly. No matter the industry, an IT problem becomes an operational problem very, very fast. So if the trains don't run, if the water systems don't work, if you can't get power, not good, and you don't want to be in a reactionary state when that happens. Preventative measures are the best defense all the time. If you haven't performed a cybersecurity assessment in the past 6 months, now's the time. Whether you work with full-time IT staff or you work with an IT partner like TechRunner, it's critical that you understand the risk that your business is facing right now. Find out where you're vulnerable, identify the solutions, and apply them. Doing so will do more than ensure that you're meeting your New York State regulatory responsibilities. It will protect your business, it'll protect your clients, and it'll help you sleep at night. So say you're a financial company who is regulated by the New York State Department of Financial Services. How do you mitigate the risks that have once again been brought to your attention here by the DFS? Number one, multi-factor authentication on everything. No excuses. If you can use it, use it. Number two, limit admin rights. The owner of the company does not need to be logged in as a master administrator all the time. It's just leaving yourself open to compromise. If that person gets compromised, that means the entire company gets compromised. So limit admin rights to those who need it and make sure you only use those accounts when you're making changes. System updates, security patches. You could be using a system for a year, all of a sudden the world discovers that, oh my God, there's a vulnerability there that we could bring down the entire system. And then someone pushes out a patch, you install it, you fix it, and now that's done. You know, it's part of using software. That will never go away. So make sure that your systems are being patched and monitored all the time. Sometimes this stuff happens very, very quickly, and you need to act just as fast in order to patch a system before it gets affected. Geo restrictions, right? What's that mean? That means if everyone in your company works in the United States, you only need to allow people to log in from IP addresses within the United States. So you can immediately prevent anyone from Canada or China or Russia from logging into your system, even if it's a master administrator. They don't need to get in. Everyone who needs to work in your system is in the United States. So let's just limit it to the United States.